If fasting made you feel better, clearer, lighter, or more energized, I believe you. But what if that feeling wasn't healing at all, but your body in crisis mode? One of my clients dry fasted and felt amazing until his liver enzymes came back so off the charts that I nearly fell out of my chair. Oh, yeah, I'm dropping F-bombs today because this was scary as shit. We need to talk about what fasting really does to a sensitive or sick body. Hello, everyone. I am Carrie Bailey, your no BS, soul aligned, functional nutritionist, here to help you stop guessing, start healing, and finally feel like you again without the fluff, the fears, or fads. Let's be honest, fasting is seductive. Everybody's talking about it, and it's kind of simple. You get clear headed, your bloating goes down, your energy spikes, and of course, it feels good. But what I see over and over again is people using fasting to feel better only to crash harder later. And the worst part, they blame themselves. They think they did it wrong. But I want to share 3 real stories that changed how I see fasting. These 3 clients all tried fasting. Each of them felt better at first, and every single one hit a wall. Here's what's actually happening. First is Alex. Before Alex found me, he did a 10-day medically supervised water fast with the hope of a quick recovery from a full body maddening itch that 7 to 10 Zyrtec a day couldn't touch. He slowly adjusted to the fast, and by the end, he felt amazing. His brain fog was gone, his digestion was smoother, his mood was up, his itching was gone. But within a week or 2 of introducing food again, all the symptoms came back. Why? He hadn't healed at the root cause. He just hit the pause button on his symptoms. The root issues weren't gone. They were just temporarily silenced. Alex didn't get better. His symptoms just went quiet for a minute. Rick was obsessed with dry fasting. He felt clear, focused, even euphoric. He had done it in the past and it worked for him. He had either gotten COVID or a flare, we're not really sure which, but he insisted on doing it again. No food, no water, sometimes for days. But when we ran his labs, his liver enzymes were off the charts. His ALT, his AST were so high it scared the hell out of me. His AST was 141, which is more than 5 times the upper limit from a functional perspective. His ALT was 217, which is more than 8 times the upper limit from a functional perspective. And when you see AST and ALT this high, your liver isn't just working, it's struggling. These are enzymes released when the liver cells are damaged. So if you're dry fasting and these markers spike, that's not detox, that's destruction. The liver's trying to clear toxins without fuel, without hydration, without support, and it gets overwhelmed. His alkaline phosphatase was also elevated, which tells me that his stress is in the bile ducts, probably stagnation from dehydration or mineral loss. And you can't detox bile without hydration. You can't move toxins without minerals, and dry fasting strips you of both. His body wasn't thriving, it was breaking down tissues to survive. And that clarity he was feeling was adrenaline, it was not true healing. Rick didn't detox, he triggered a chemical crisis, and his labs proved it. Dry fasting creates a stress shock. The body might feel lighter, but the organs are screaming. And lastly, there's Ben. Ben is Muslim and had fasted for Ramadan since he was 13. And when we started working together, he asked if he could still observe it. I was hesitant initially, but said yes, but only when he agreed to be monitored very closely and stopped if symptoms worsened. Ramadan means no food or water from sunrise to sunset. So we prepped with electrolytes and minerals and really structured what he ate when and the timing and all of that. So he did it and he plateaued, but he didn't crash. But he didn't improve either, and we both agreed. I believe it slowed his healing, but we preserved something sacred for him. And I only supported Ben's fast because it was a core part of who he was. It was that important to him. And so together we agreed in therapeutic partnership to try to make this work. And he agreed that if anything looked off, that he would stop. But it came at a cost, and we both knew it. These 3 stories taught me something. Fasting can look like progress when it's just a detour. Sometimes it's a pause, sometimes it's a crash, and sometimes it's a sacrifice the body cannot afford to make. Fasting without fuel doesn't cleanse, it scrambles, and if you're sensitive, that's a dangerous game. Fasting can release toxins too fast. It mobilizes viral debris and heavy metals and pesticides all at once. If your liver's already struggling, this overwhelms your detox pathways. And if you don't have enough glucose and minerals and hydration on board, it all gets stuck. Detox triggers adrenaline, not healing. So you feel better, but that's your body sounding the alarm. Most intermittent fasters lean on caffeine or stimulants to push through that fatigue that they're going to feel when they start detoxifying. That's adrenaline, that's not nourishment. And over time, all that adrenaline can lead to adrenal burnout, insomnia, anxiety, hair loss, fatigue, and liver sluggishness. The liver needs fuel, not emptiness. The liver needs glucose and minerals to detoxify. Fruits and potatoes and green juices and leafy greens. This is how we give the liver its cleaning supplies. Fasting is like running a washing machine with no water, no soap, and no power. Now, intermittent fasting, that's any fasting that's done in less than 24 hours, that is not true fasting. Science says that the real metabolic switch doesn't kick in until at least 24 hours. And guess what? Most of those studies are done on healthy people, not chronically ill people. So for people with long COVID or nervous system dysregulation, intermittent fasting feels like an emergency, not like healing. You're not broken for not thriving on fasting. You're just not meant to heal through starvation. What happens when you fast without preparation? You trigger detoxification, but you don't finish it. And that's worse than doing nothing at all. Because if you release those toxins and those toxins circulate in your bloodstream and you can't get those toxins out, you're probably causing more problems because they're going to circulate and then they're going to go store somewhere. A water fast, even as little as 1 day, maybe 3 days, seems gentle, but it can cause further electrolyte imbalance, insomnia, lightheadedness, emotional crashes. And most of my clients, they're already electrolyte deficient. Dry fasting, that's literally no drinking, no eating, nothing, creates a short-term anti-inflammatory effect. And that's just chemistry, suppressing the fire. Meanwhile, toxins are dumping from your fat cells. They stay trapped in your bloodstream. And you can't just pull out toxins. You have to carry them out. And that requires the minerals, the glucose, and the support of your liver. Let's talk about what actually works. The answer isn't taking food away. It's giving your body what it's missing. Healing happens when you flood the body with what it's starving for. These might be healing carbohydrates in the form of glucose, like in fruit and potatoes and sweet potatoes and winter squashes. This is hydration from pure water, green juices, or the fruits and vegetables with the extra hydration compared to grains and beans. This might be minerals, again, in the forms of greens or herbs. Your body needs the glucose and the minerals and the hydration. You're not going to get better by restricting. You're going to get better by rebuilding cell by cell and organ by organ. This is Nourishment-First. It's not trendy, but it works. So how do you really know if you're healing if you're not having that fasting buzz? Healing doesn't feel like a high. It feels calm. You're not chasing a dopamine rush or a stimulant clarity anymore. You're sleeping deeper, you're less reactive, your blood sugar is steady, you feel nourished, even if you're still recovering. Real healing isn't sexy. It's not a fad kind of thing. It's not a trend, but it's sustainable. And it won't wreck your organs in the process. Look, I'm not here to throw PubMed studies at you or drown you in data points. That's never been my thing. And I've spent years in the trenches with my own body and my own clients' bodies. And what I've seen over and over again is this: the people who heal aren't the ones who follow the flashiest trend. They're the ones who slow down, who listen, who support the body instead of shocking it into submission. Oh yeah, fasting can feel like a shortcut, but the truth is most shortcuts just take you further from where you actually want to go. Healing isn't about pushing harder. It's about giving your body the safety, steadiness, and support it's been begging for. If you're dealing with long COVID, chronic symptoms, or nervous system burnout, and you're done chasing symptom relief that backfires, download my free long COVID recovery guide. You'll learn the exact steps that I use to help clients rebuild from the inside out. There's a link in the end screen. Thank you so much for watching. All right, you made it to the end. You get a gold star. Now, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and if you're ready to keep going, the next video is right here. I'll see you over there.